Right. My first recording of this was going to be about 20 minutes of audio that I needed to edit down. Not that I really wanted to do that. I've had a really rough night at work, which during that time also all the core rules have now finally dropped. So I kind of dropped the ball on my speculations early. And honestly, I just kind of want to get this video over with. So you know what? So let's just fucking jump into it. The new edition in total. Quicker to play, easier to understand, simplified, not simple. Fewer rules on everything and lowering on lethality. You know, all these are very good promises, and I do definitely like the concept of it. What I don't like is that codexes are still going to be a thing. I'm really not happy with them. I think they're incredibly overpriced. And the fact that we're now getting core rules free kind of adds on to this of just like, why can't we also still have our army rules still free? If codexes are still supposed to be a thing, I want them to be heavily reduced in price and really just for like the diehard fans. So maybe take a page out of Age of Sigmar and add in like painting tutorials. And inevitably, this will also lead to power creep and something that I'm a little more concerned, which I'll save towards the end. Universal rules. I like that they're back. There's only so many times that you can say a unit has a 5+ feel no pain without actually saying it has a feel no pain. And yet, strangely enough, GW kind of still is doing like what they were doing in 9th edition with some of the rules, like very specifically troops and the quote sticky objective rule. Why not say it's objective secured or something like that? Like, I don't get why you need to do these different titles. Tanks feeling tankier is good. I like that there is a higher range of toughness for vehicles and even higher range for strength of weapons to take them out. I definitely think that adds more of a power fantasy and kind of scale to how units should feel. In addition to that, no more exclusion of Primaris and Firstborn, vice versa. I thought that was stupid. It was very obviously just to drive model sales, and I'm glad that's gone. Characters now can rejoin squads. I can't quite remember if this was something that did actually exist in the older editions of Warhammer. It's been a few years, and I didn't really play that many matches off the top of my head. But hey, you know, it's cool. It can give squads universal rules like I mentioned before, so hey, that's interesting. Army building, and from the looks of it, it feels like it's way more open. So now you can finally deploy that giant dreadnought Terminator army you've always wanted to field. However, I do feel like adding more into like these unique detachment things is kind of maybe going to be problematic or somewhat broken, as I can easily see some detachments with more unique rules kind of being better than most and kind of always being the go-to, the must take, and everything else just kind of becomes redundant unless you're playing like a very casual match, which even then it's kind of like eh. Stratagems at the same time, I'm not really sure, like I'm still not too sure on stratagems, because yes, a lot of them are being taken down. Like you get 6 for each unique detachment plus the core, and then I think 4 stratagems or maybe enhancements for characters, and that's about it. But I'm still kind of iffy on them. They haven't really rubbed off on me well. The objective control, I think, is a really good stat that they've added. Adds more value to units, so you're not just kind of running the big powerhouse combats all the time. Leadership, with how it's changed, I kind of like. It kind of streamlines all the rolls now that you want to be rolling high, but then when you take into mechanics like the Sisters Miracle mechanic, low rolls are kind of worthless and there's not really any way to change them. Based on this whole entire list, what would you actually want that's a 1? No, more Psychic Phase! Yay! I never really ran Psychers! You know, terrain had a lot of changes. I do kind of like that it doesn't give you just a better armor save if you already have like a 3 or something. Missions, I am really hoping are kind of, as they say, like fun and unique. I do kind of like the whole like fixed versus flexible secondary system they have going. I'm not too sure on how gambits are going to work or feel, because even though it's like it could heavily swing the game, I'm also kind of that person where it's like, if you're really kind of getting stomped and you really are trying to throw a gambit, but your opponent is just maxing out their scores every turn, it's like, I don't think it's really going to be enough, because you're kind of punching upwards into a brick wall. I do like the new take on Combat Patrol. Crusade, I'm really hoping is, you know, good and better. Yeah, like, so far, 10th edition sounds like it's going to be perfect. And then I looked up the rules for my Death Guard, and good lord, what happened? Basically, our contagion range is slightly buffed now, at least from the start of the game. But outside of that, we basically lost all like the unique Warlord stuff that could have been cool to incorporate. Our Disgustingly Resilient is now a stratagem that's disgustingly overpriced and only works in the fight phase. My Terminators now move 1 inch slower and are probably also going to be overcosted thanks to now being toughness 6. And on top of that, Why even have contagion range for -1 toughness when almost all of our weapons have lethal hits that auto wound on 6s, thus don't really care about toughness? It feels completely ass backwards. I don't even want to be looking into Votann right now, which might be my second go-to competitive army. Obviously, that's all speculation. I will have to actually play some matches, see how they are, but from the looks of it, it just kind of feels bad that Death Guard, who are supposed to be known for their high durability, are constantly losing their durability each codex. It just feels bad. And that's actually why, coming back to the codexes, I think when they come out, they're actually going to slowly be adding new stuff in. Kind of what they've kind of done, as my friends have kind of described before. And we're kind of then going to get back into rules bloat and then balance issues. And just, it's all going to just start again. And, you know, it sucks. So, am I actually still excited for 10th edition? Kinda. I'm definitely tired of 9th edition, but from currently of just like the armies I'm currently playing and kind of everything that I've just previewed from right now and what the kind of like current free stuff that I'm seeing, I'm not really sure how to feel, but I'm definitely excited to play some matches, definitely excited to actually see how the game fully feels before it's like, yeah, before I finally say like, yeah, this game sucks, I don't want to play it anymore. Yeah, you know, those are my thoughts. That's about it. I'm really tired. I'm probably going to get drunk now. If you like listening to these thoughts, you know, give a like, share around, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video.